Good evening, welcome to the STEM Shed. Today I'm going to be going over both polymer chemistry and some organic chemistry, so 2 in 1. So I've been teaching myself a little bit more about polymer chemistry. I work with a lot of it, so I wanted to learn more, so I've been teaching myself various polymer chemistry facts and learning all the good stuff. So anyways, the polymer, poly means many. I think it's Latin. I don't think it's Greek, but I could be wrong. So in polymer, again, here, if you're familiar with these drawings right here, so you got carbon, 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 on and carbon, carbon, carbon. And polymer chemists can make these like really long. They can go as long as they really desire. As long as they desire, they can do it. So, but the thing is, they do not look like this. At least not in solution. I'm still learning. I think they might straighten out a little bit when they're not in solution, but overall, they do not look like a long straight line, or a zigzag in this case. So to start out with understanding why, we're going to be going back to organic chemistry, and we're going to be going over something called Newman projections. Now, Newman projections are where we take a molecule. So in this case here, if you remember, this big thick line is hydrogen coming out of the board. These dashes, hydrogen going in. And with Newman projection, you look at this molecule this way, from this carbon to this carbon. So when you do this here, what you want to do, and I'm going to give an example here, is you have this right here. So this molecule right here, this is a trans butane 1, 2, 3, 4. So very famous molecule in chemistry, organic chemistry. It's in what's in lighter fluid. So you can see it kind of, if I did this right, see, it looks kind of like that. It matches up to here. And what you do, and even though I have this kind of backwards, but yeah, I have this backwards. But anyways, you know, you rotate it over this way, and you'll look like, let's see what I do. Oh, I forgot to draw something. Oh yeah, I forgot to draw my carbon, my methyl group here. So back, CH3. See, I make mistakes. So, and I made another mistake, but that's fine. So anyways, so looking at this one here, you're kind of looking like this. You're looking at it similar to this right here. As you can see, you're looking, get the camera right, you got a methyl group here. This one's coming towards you. You have another methyl group here, or carbon. This one's coming away from you. And then you got your hydrogens. You can kind of ignore these hydrogens. So you're looking at these right here. So when you're doing this here, you translate into what looks like a peace symbol, or if your parents are rich, a Mercedes symbol. Not my parents. Well, okay, that's fine. So you project it like this, and you're representing what you have right here. And what you're looking for is, what is a good conformation? What position can this be in? So you have a couple various positions, and there's one that's important in polymer chemistry, which not so much in organic chemistry because it doesn't happen as much. So in organic chemistry, you have this right here, and you can see these two hydrogens are touching. This does not want to happen. This is called eclipse. This thing is very fast. It goes, rotates through here, and it's almost done instantly. Alright, you have this next one here, which is called gauche. Gauche is interesting. I've based on the research I've done. So according to my chemistry book, gauche comes from the French word gaucher, which means to turn aside. This is from my chemistry book. And then there's another reference from Merriam-Webster from a Google search. A way to remember gauche is as adjective for lacking grace or crudely made, done. I think in fashion it's used, we'll say something's gauche, a person's gauche. So this is not so bad desired. Then you have a sort of a pseudo eclipse here. Right there, not desirable because these hydrogens get near. Then you have trans, which is what we started with right here. This is the most desired. So you got 60 degrees right here, 180 degrees. Now, when you're doing this, you're going to end up drawing a little graph thing, a little chart. This is where charts come in handy. All right, get this clean, fast as I can. Alright, I think I got it. I don't know if I draw it and then suddenly starts botting up on me. I didn't get enough. Alright, so we're going to draw a chart. It's an energy chart. If you remember your Gibbs free energy, this is where it's going to be coming from. So again, I'm not an artist, so please do not hold me to being an artist. I'm a terrible artist, in fact. I mean, terrible. Alright, so we're going to start with the eclipse, and you're going to draw a little peace sign here, like that. This is your C. I didn't dry it off enough. Alright, let's do that. There we go. Alright, so let me just redo all this. Alright, so let's try that again. I think it should be drier. Nope. I really wish I had a chalkboard. I like them better. Alright. Alright, so we got... I'll only use that one if possible. Alright, maybe this will work. So you have a chart here. Ah, there we go. I'm going to draw this here. I'm going to put a couple points on it. So let's do, we'll make this one 60 degrees. This one 0 degrees. Make this one 180 degrees. I'm not going to bother with this part because it doesn't really matter. But you'll eventually go to 360 degrees. So at 360 degrees, you basically made a full rotation, or you did make a full rotation, not basically, what am I saying? So anyways, you get something that looks kind of like this. It goes from here, and goes like this, and goes up, and drops down here, goes up, drops a little bit, and comes back up here. Now this right here is representative of potential energy, if I can spell. I think, in fact, they even use the change of Gibbs free energy, which I'll go over that at a later date. I'm not concerned with right now, but basically the thing is that this is the lower it is, the more desirable. The higher it is, the least desirable. So going through here, we have eclipse. So let's start here with eclipse. That's this one right here. So eclipse, if you forgot already, is going to be your peace symbol, or Mercedes, whichever one you want. Hydrogen, hydrogen, CH3 with another CH3, hydrogen, and hydrogen. Alright, so and then you come here to the gauche. Your gauche is going to be, remember, this is your gauche. It's going to be your, I'm keeping this one stationary, the front stationary. H, H, and then you have your methyl group here, my very big methyl group, CH3, CH3. You have your hydrogen here, and hydrogen here. Alright, and then you come down here to the trans. And this is your CH3, CH3, H, 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 H. And it repeats as it goes over. So if you go to your organic chemistry professor and you say you think a molecule has this kind of desirability, they're going to laugh and they're going to want trans only. As far as they're concerned, it's essentially this only. Statistically, in a, say, butane lighter, this is probably what you'll find the most of free-floating molecules. However, if you go to a polymer, if you're actually in a polymer, for example, and again, we used butane originally, like this, and a lot of times you'll see a polyethylene drawn like this too, and they'll put this little bracket here. Alright, so you would think, oh, it's going to be this one, and it'll have a little in for, you know, however many times it repeats. So you would think it would be that, except it's not. Because even though this looks like a butane, it's a polyolefin, it's a polyethylene, it goes on forever. Or as long as the chemist did it. Well, I got to think about it, I'm like, what would make it, this right here, be more desirable? And I was looking at this kid's toy right here, and if you look at it, they have some strings right here on the ball that go up this way and down. And I was playing with it, and I realized that I can extend it out like this, and this, it looks like polyethylene, right? And So you think, oh, it's going to stay in this conformation, but it doesn't. Another good thing I can show is that I can flatten this out, but it takes just one little hit and goes that way. And the reason why is because if I have a water molecule, it's my water molecule, and this is in trans, and this goes on a long way, you know, as it gets to here, it makes changes in potential energy, where it goes this way, it's going to push it this way and around, and then it'll be kind of stuck in this, because you're in solution. There's things around you. And so, and it works like DNA. DNA is, you know, what you guys have seen as DNA is not actually that just double helix that goes on for miles and miles and miles. It wraps each other. It wraps up like this. It looks like a globular. So, believe it or not, in molecular chemistry, I mean, I'm sorry, in polymer chemistry, what seems like you would think, oh, it's going to be, and as you can see, I'm having trouble putting it into a trans state. If I let go, and here it is. So, alright, thank you. I hope you learned something.